I am known to have actually shown the skill of simplifying the complex things. And I also have realized that it's very, very difficult to actually simplify things. And it's very, very difficult actually to explain things so that the last man understands it. So I think everybody says that my biggest strength is making things very, very simple. That's my strength. If we have to communicate to my medical representative, or if you are communicating to anybody, his KPIs or whatever it is, then what I genuinely believe is that even if you wake him at the middle of the night and tell him and ask him what is that is expected from you, you should be able to rattle it out in three simple things. And if you cannot actually bring that down to such small things, then it's very, very difficult. So in all the organizations wherever I have worked, I mean, I have achieved, everybody knows what are those three simple things which they need to do. Let's say, I mean, for medical representatives is all well known to everybody. It's calls, targeted calls, and call quality. Even today, post COVID, or even during this COVID time and all that, it still makes all the difference in terms of how many calls you have made. May not be physical calls this time. This time possibly it's all virtual calls. What is the quality of the call? Is it to the targeted doctors? And what is the quality of the call? I think these three simple things. I always used to say, if calls, targeted calls, and call quality are managed well, then you will generate more prescriptions. And if you manage to bring more prescriptions, possibly you will do your targets, exceed your targets, possibly you will earn incentives, and possibly at the end of the year, you get better increment. So if you do well with your CTC gets impacted very positively. My boss always, he taught me one thing, Mahesh. When you are in the washroom, you actually, and when you bump into your boss, he asks you a very simple question: how are things, Mahesh? Uh, and both men are there in the washroom, and hardly you get about 30 seconds, 40 seconds. So you should always have an answer for that. So, so you should be able to explain all your work that you do for the whole of the month in those 30 seconds. I think that I prepare so well, and actually that's one thing. And the same thing possibly needs to be translated even in a boardroom. All that it is actually all your presentations are stories, and the stories is all about what is good that would happen. What is your idea? What's your problem? What's your idea? How is it going to help the organization? How is it going to make lives better? I think that's as simple as that. I mean, which you don't need huge number of Excel sheets to be shown. You don't need all that. All it needs that is being simple, emphatic, and repetitive, even in your presentations, just to make your point valid.